Yo, what is up? Welcome back to the Seafood That Guy channel. This is your host, your boy, your homie, Seafood That Guy speaking. And One Piece chapter 1072 is out, titled The Weight of Memories. But before we get into it, guys, we are only 9 spots away from our first 150 Pokemon, 150 subscribers. So if you would please drop a like on the video. Yo, I'm just really being put on to YouTube analytics, so I realized that when you guys like the video, it actually helps the channel grow a whole lot. So if you would please be so kind, drop a like on the video and make sure you subscribe to be in that first 150 subscriber crew. Make sure you hit the notification bell for future notifications regarding One Piece videos, and let's get straight into it.
Hey, listen!
Yeah, so we start this chapter out on the cover page, and it is the underlings of Mads. It is Judge, it is Caesar, it is Queen, and it says that they're making a killing machine. What killing machine that is, we don't know yet. But from here, we cut back to Egghead Island, and Bonnie and Vegapunk are still very much going at it. As a matter of fact, Bonnie currently right now has transformed into a young baby version of herself. She's crying on the floor. She's saying, "Oh, I think I broke a bone," just for Vegapunk to come out and feel sorry for her. And as he approaches, she transforms into an older, more buff version of herself and attacks him. And this has been going on for a while now. Bonnie is just sort of pissed off that Vegapunk won't transform Kuma back into a, regular human being, for lack of a better word. Before Vegapunk can get away, Bonnie stabs him with an attack called Toshi Stab, and shiny, super duper shiny objects pop out of Vegapunk's stomach like this is some planet pop star, and Vegapunk turns into basically an infant child. And here, Vegapunk's helpless. He can do nothing. He's like, "Yo, Bonnie, please return me to my age." And Bonnie's like, "Don't even worry about it. It's not like her devil fruit affects living things permanently," which, I guess we didn't know. It's not like Shinobu's fruit, which absolutely does affect living things permanently. But Bonnie wants to get to the business. She's trying to figure out why this man won't give her the reason as to why he turned Kuma into a mindless android. From here, we actually cut back to the red line, and we see the original Kuma attempting to climb the red line. We don't know exactly what he's here for. We know a couple of chapters ago, he came flying straight into the red line, and now he's making an attempt to climb up the walls of the red line. I don't know if he's trying to go to Marijoa specifically, but he is going back, and everybody in the town is freaking out because, a warlord pops out of nowhere and now is attempting to climb the walls of the red line. Obviously, that's cause for concern. We cut back to Egghead Island, and we see that Vegapunk said that he made a promise to Kuma, a promise to never tell Bonnie what was the actual reason why he made this decision, and Bonnie's still just not having it. She doesn't believe that Vegapunk is telling the truth. She doesn't believe her father would just leave her alone in this world. And baby Vegapunk is saying here that Kuma was a horrible man and a respectable friend, and therefore he respects him so much that he cannot tell Bonnie what the actual reason is. Here we simultaneously cut back to the red line to see the Marines lead an offensive on Kuma as he climbs the red line, and they're firing cannons at him. We cut back to Egghead Island, and Bonnie begins to attack baby Vegapunk again. She's not taking no for an answer, which is understandable, right? This is your father. You're talking about who wouldn't do this for their father, who wouldn't go all out to get the answer. And before she can attack Vegapunk further, she actually notices a door with Kuma's paw on it, and she approaches it, and Vegapunk's trying to tell her, "No, don't go in there. That has nothing to do with Kuma." Obviously, it has something to do with Kuma. It's locked, but it doesn't matter because she could just age up the lock and it breaks. She calls this attack Oil Shock. She breaks the lock and she opens the door, and inside is a giant paw, similar to the paw when Kuma pushed out Luffy's pain, it's a giant floating paw. Obviously a work of Kuma's paw fruit. And here we get a mini flashback of Vegapunk talking to Kuma, and they're on the brink of a scientific discovery. Vegapunk explains to Kuma that a scientist from the West Blue told him that when a human dies, they actually lose 21 grams of mass. They actually get lighter. That 21 grams of mass is their soul, and therefore that proves that the soul exists. Now, this is a little weird. Like, I wasn't really expecting One Piece to address something like the weight of the soul, but I can't see that this doesn't come back up in the future, and this is probably super important to the story. Of course, devil fruits and other things have direct influence on the soul. I don't know, maybe when somebody eats a devil fruit, their soul is doubled. Maybe it's 42 grams. I don't know. I'm gonna have to really think about that and maybe even come up with a theory video in the future. Nevertheless, Vegapunk goes on to explain that Kuma's ability can make invisible pain real, and it can make even memories turn into things that are physical. And Vegapunk asks Kuma to send him a memory, and Kuma at first he's kind of like, what are you trying to do here? And Vegapunk's like, no, this is all in the name of science, and science can take a step into the future. From here we cut back to the current time. Vegapunk's trying to tell Bonnie, listen, don't touch that floating paw, and he's trying to tell Bonnie that this is actually the pain of Kuma. Same thing of what he did to Luffy. And if you touch it, it's enough pain in there to kill you. Here we cut back. We actually see that the Marines succeeded in shooting Kuma off the wall of the Red Line. And as Kuma falls back to the ground, they attack him. They try to hold him down, and they're trying to get the civilians to evacuate because they know this man is the real deal. And Kuma seems like he's gonna attack. Something super important is on top of the Red Line at Marijoa, and he's going up there for it. And we cut back to Bonnie here, and this is a pretty beautiful moment because Bonnie realizes, I know my father's power. This is not pain. This is my father's memories, and she's actually about to touch it. But from here we cut back to the lab phase, and the rest of the Straw Hats are realizing that Rob Lucci and crew, they are definitely through security. Currently right now it's 3 versus 2, meaning Rob Lucci, Stussy, and Kaku versus Zoro and Brook, who are just left back on the ship. Zoro recently woke up from a nap and is pissed off, but Shaka actually explains that it's not 2 versus 3 because they actually called the Seraphim up here through the security before they could get these security defenses back online. So it's really 7 versus 2 if you include the Seraphim. Edison and Lilith go out to defend the lab phase, and of course, them being in the area, they actually take precedent over CP0 when it comes to the authority chip in the Seraphim. So them joining the fight isn't a really good idea. However, if you saw what happened to Atlas a couple of chapters ago, I can probably say that the death flags over Lilith and Edison are very high right now because Vegapunk bodies, they're not fighters. I mean, I don't know about Lilith, but they just don't really seem that strong, and Rob Lucci pretty much one-shot them. So I wouldn't be surprised if Edison and Lilith basically got destroyed very soon. But we cut to Zoro and Brook, and they're not even panicked. They're not even fussed at all about CP0, and they're kind of really just trying to figure Kaku out because they see that Kaku is actually transformed into an awakening. He's actually achieved the next level of devil fruit usage, which is awakening, and to be honest with you, it doesn't even matter. Kaku attacks Zoro with a new attack called Nose Gun, and I can only assume it's really called Nose Shigan or something something like that, and we're gonna wait till the Viz translation comes out for that. But he attacks Zoro. Zoro blocks it, and Zoro's like, yo, I fought enough zigzagging creatures in Wano. Shout out to King. Shout out to all the weird things that Zoro encountered in Wano. It really prepared him for this moment. And Zoro blocked it, and he pretty much repels Kaku with one shot and sends him flying back. And from here, we cut to Rob Lucci, and he actually commands the Seraphim to attack and destroy the lab phase before Vegapunk can come out. And, you know, this is smart by Rob Lucci, because Rob Lucci knows that Vegapunk takes precedent over the Seraphim. So with the Seraphim on their side, he has to do it now. So the Seraphim begin to attack and cut and destroy and blow up Vegapunk's lab. The Straw Hats are kind of running for their lives, but they're all right. It's not that big of a deal. From here, we cut back to Kaku, and he's saying, hey, chill out. We can't complete our mission like this. And before he can say anything else, we see that this girl bites this man on the neck, and before he realizes what happened, this man is asleep. Rob Lucci's like, what the hell just happened? And he says, what are you doing? From here, we cut to Stussy, who has bat wings and is bleeding from the mouth. She tells Rob Lucci, oh, me? I just put Kaku to sleep, and now I'm gonna put you to sleep. And she finally gets reintroduced as the Rock Pirates crewmate clone of Miss Buckingham Stussy. She's the first successful cloning of Matt. Clone number 1. Yo, we always knew that the double cross was coming. I don't know how many times I've said it, and I'm not the only one. Stussy finally double crossed CP0. We don't know what her motivation is. It's crazy because so many questions get raised at this point. If she's a clone of Mads, that means she's basically created by Vegapunk, Judge, Caesar, Queen, and we can only assume that she has loyalty to Vegapunk in this situation. Also, she's a clone of a Rock's crewmate. Really? Wasn't expecting that, Oda, so that definitely threw us for a loop, and clearly she has some sort of bat zone fruit, so can't wait to see what the outcome is with that. Of course, guys, if you like the video, make sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe, guys. We only have 9 spots left until we get to 150. That's so exciting. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and also make sure you get in the comment section. I love reading your guys' comments, and of course, I definitely respond. Stay safe, stay healthy. This has been your boy, your host, SifuThatGuy speaking, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.